My name is Kevin Jones. So we would like to thank you to our podcast roundtable for NJCU. This is NJ10, which we get a couple of guests here. We take 10 minutes, a little bit less, a little bit more, just to give us a chance so we can really just give a dialogue on what's going on around NJCU or even Jersey City, so we can give the viewers or the students or the faculty a voice and a face to these things. Let me make sure this is on. And we are with Barbra Ruggeri.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. I'm sorry, just make sure you're talking to the mic.
Okay. Should I get closer like this?
If that's comfortable for you.
Yeah, this is fine.
I can put the volume up just a little bit. So, Ms. Ruggeri, we understand that you're the Assistant Dean of Social Services here at NJCU.
Yes, I am.
Can you give us a little bit of background into what that job entails and what you do here?
Yeah, sure. So I started back in 2019, and the only social service, I guess, area we had on campus was the Gothic Nights Food Pantry. And there was at the time a need for someone to help students link them with on-campus and off-campus resources. So we have a lot of on-campus resources that students can use, but sometimes that's not enough. We need off-campus, or they graduate and they need something for later on. So that's where I came in, and I was able to help start the community center and also the Gothic Rack. So now we have 3 different areas in the social service department.
Okay. You touched on the Gothic Rack.
Yes.
I don't want to simplify it, but it's more of the thrift store for...
Kind of, yeah. So what we do, it's only open to NJCU students, graduate, undergrad, doesn't matter.
Okay.
You come in, you have to show your ID card just to make sure you're a student. And you would get 2 full outfits. So outfits can be from a dress to a blazer, stockings, shoes. We have accessories. We have suits. We have belts. We have almost everything. Clothes was donated to us by Ralph Lauren when they closed their office or their store.
Okay.
We also got clothes from just community partners. When different areas heard that we were opening up a rack, they just started sending in clothes. And I was just actually talking to Theta about it, that we have tons of clothes, which is great. And most of it is new. So students are getting nice, new professional outfits. You can visit it once a semester, but you can come in the fall semester and spring semester. So we've had students that came in the fall. They got, let's say, like a winter outfit, because we also have jackets.
Okay.
And then they came in the spring and they got something spring-like. We also are partnering now with the LGBTQ Alliance, and we have binders, gaffs, things for transgender students. So it's really expanded. And from there, we plan on next year for fall semester, we plan on also having fashion shows. We're partnering with Dress for Success, where they are going to come in and have show you how to interview, how to put makeup on for interviews, how to make sure you look professional, haircuts, anything, that has to do with the interview process. They will host mock interviews with students. So we're trying to expand it and make it bigger. But yeah, it's like some students just say it's the thrift store. I'm like, it is, but you don't have to pay. That's the only good thing.
That is
it's free. It's 100% free.
That is a big difference between our typical thrift stores that's out there. And like you said, it is for undergrads and graduates for NJCU. So that's definitely a good thing, especially in these times where just inflation is taking over all over.
It's so hard.
Gas, clothing. So even just getting a winter coat can be difficult for those. So I would like to thank you for opening up those services
no problem.
for people, for all of us in NJCU and around Jersey City that it's in.
We make sure that the clothes is always in great shape. I don't want students to have to wear something just because it's secondhand doesn't mean that it's going to look bad. It's amazing clothing. Students look amazing when they have it on.
Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit back and a little bit for your background and past. So because you are the Dean of Social Service, what exactly got you into social service work and majoring into this and dedicating your life to this?
Well, I started a while ago, I'm going to say over 20 years ago in college. And I went for social work. I became a social worker. I started working for DIFUS, which now is DCPMP. And I fell in love with helping people. If just a little background, my father is a retired detective, and he always, as children, used to take us to shelters, food banks, places like that we had to give to others. When Christmas came, we made sure that we had bags of stuff that we would give away to different homeless shelters in the area. So it's always been something that's been with me since I was a child. And I just wanted to continue on with that. So I started working at DIFUS. I went on to a few nonprofits. I worked with the Board of Education in Elizabeth, with the City of Elizabeth. I worked in other higher ed institutions, and now NJCU. So it's always been just trying to make sure that I help those in need. And my job, social work, is a very, I guess you could say, thankless job. Like, no one really, when you need it, we're here. And then they forget about us. So you have to be able to be used to that, like always being in the background, just being needed when a person is in trouble or, needs help. But other than that, we don't see you guys.
Yeah, that is, I would say that is the double-edged sword into social work is that it is very important, but it's one of those things that it's out of sight, out of mind when somebody is not in, the need or the want of those services. Some of those services take a back toll in people's mind, and that is an unfortunate task when it comes to do social work.
It is. It's hard. It's hard that, we see you at your worst and we help you. And I run into some students every now and then, or even on the streets that I see and they've succeeded and they'll thank me and it's amazing, but you don't get a lot of thank yous, but it's fine. You learn to roll with it.
So you did touch on your past and going into the food banks and food pantries, and I do want to expand on what you have done with the food pantry here. Okay. But I would like to ask you this: what is the importance of social work, and why should people always remember that these services are at hand and that there are people there to help other people? Right.
So I feel like everyone needs help. At some point in their life, they're going to need some type of help. And here at NJCU, if a student, especially now when prices are crazy with food and gas, like we were just saying, clothing, we're here that if you need help with just making let's say 2 weeks worth of food, we can give you 2 weeks worth of food. If you need personal hygiene products, because I don't know, shampoo is too expensive, we can give you that. So it's just knowing that if you ever ran into some type of trouble, if let's say you can't find a psychiatrist, we can help you find psychological services off of campus or on campus. If you can't make rent, I try to help students find agencies that will help them with their monthly expenses, as well as sometimes even utilities, or giving you a deposit for a new apartment. So it's just knowing that we are able to help you at your worst, and we will help you become better.
Okay. Thank you. And like I said, I wanted to go and expand on the food pantry that we have at NJCU and what kind of services and who it is available for.
So that's open to the public. We receive donations from both on-campus and off-campus agencies. On campus, a lot of our organizations and clubs, the Greeks, they donated lots of lots of food, personal hygiene products last semester, because they do like food drives, things like that. So with the donations, we have them in the food pantry. It's different now because of COVID. We weren't allowed to have students come into the pantry. So what we do is we have prepackaged bags. And the prepackaged bags have, let's say, a water, rice, some type of protein, pastas, fruit, vegetable. It's all canned. We do receive some, let's say, fruits or bread, but that's very few and far in between that we get those donations. We receive donations from the food pantry. I can't remember the name of it. It's the... Hold on, let me think about it. New Jersey Food Bank. Okay. There we go. Sorry. The New Jersey Food Bank we get, and we at times purchase food from them, or we get donations. And with that, we're able to stock the pantry downstairs. We also have personal hygiene products, which is brand new. We didn't have that before, but since COVID started, a lot of people, it was hard for them to get to the stores, and then with the supply chain, that everything was just, we couldn't find any, even toilet paper. We actually had some, and that was a big thing back in 2020.
Definitely, yes, in the pandemic, you couldn't find toilet paper anywhere.
We had toilet paper, so I was really happy about that. I mean, we were rationing. It was a few rolls per person, but we had it. So I do love that whatever it is that a student needs, we have downstairs. And it's open, like I said, to anyone, faculty, staff, students. Off campus, we have people that come on. It is an open campus, so we do have other people that come and use the pantry, and it's open. I'm going to feed anyone I can. We're not going to say no. We especially I can't see a person hungry, so we'll help as much as we can. From there, I also NJCU, I think, was the second school in the state to have the Swipe Out Hunger campaign. And that it was on hiatus a little bit during the pandemic because we didn't have a lot of students on campus, but we restarted it. What students do is they can donate swipes or food. Money for food. So let's say you come to me and you say, hey, Barb, I don't have the funds to be able to eat this week. It's really, I have food from the pantry, but I really want to get like a hot plate. So we will give you swipes, and you can go to the cafeteria and you use your donated money. So it's usually about 5 meals per person that we can donate. And we also receive donations from faculty, staff, monetary donations, which go into the account, and then students use it. And we're working on bringing back the free meals at the end of the day. That was something I had in 2019 and 2020. Then it was now, a little hard to do. But at the end of the day, if gourmet dining has extra food, they would open up the cafeteria and let students come in and take free food. So that's another thing that I'm going to try to do, because I don't want to see food going to waste. That's bad.
That's the last thing we need to do, especially in this kind of economy that we're dealing with.
No.
But we're coming on the 12-minute mark. Oh. So it goes fast just like
really
that.
Does.
It really does go fast. 3 topics in, and then you can get right out. But before you go, I would like to thank you for your time.
Yeah,
I'd like to thank you for the information. But can you just give us the location for the listeners or the viewers where the food pantry might be, and the Gothic Rack?
Yes. Sure. Gothic Rack is G sub 211. The food pantry is first floor G sub, and the community center is G sub 106.
Okay, and before we go, I also wanted to know if these notes was true. That you also are kind of a expertise in certain service, as in financial literacy. I remember you went over the DACA.
Yep.
And the nutrition stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so just want to make sure that those are facts.
Yeah, they are.
So for anybody who has any kind of questions for you, is there any way somebody can contact you?
Yeah, so my office is in G sub 111. I share the same suite with Res Life. They can email me at bruggeri@njcu.edu, or my extension is 3586. So 201-200-3586.
All right, Ms. Ruggeri, I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate the information you gave us. And maybe we can get you on here another time so you could talk about the DACA information and the financial literacy and why those things are important for not just the people at NJCU, but the people all over, out in Jersey City, in New Jersey, and all over America and out to the world. So I appreciate you and your time.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you.